Hello! Welcome to my Livescape Chronicles channel. Subscribe and enjoy watching.
Why did Darlene Gentry, a mother of three known as Miss Charming, end up killing her husband? Darlene Gentry, with her striking blonde hair and captivating smile, was a woman who caught the attention of many men in Robinson, Texas. However, her stunning exterior concealed a ruthless character, willing to do whatever it takes to get what she wants. Born in Texas in 1974, Darlene was drawn to the limelight from a young age. Her outgoing personality and natural charm allowed her to effortlessly win over people of all ages and genders. It came as no shock that Darlene was the most well-liked girl in her school. She won the Miss Charm beauty pageant and was crowned prom queen, cementing her popularity. Following graduation with average grades, Darlene had her sights set on becoming a medical doctor. She enrolled in Texas College in Waco, with a focus on dentistry. During her time as a student, Darlene frequented parties and met Keith, who was also studying at the college. They quickly began a passionate relationship. In 1997, immediately after graduating from college, Darlene and Keith ended their relationship. Rumors circulated that Keith had not been satisfied in their relationship. Darlene was devastated and decided to start afresh by moving to Dallas. A year later, Keith had a change of heart and wanted to rekindle their relationship. He followed Darlene to Dallas and pursued her for several months. Initially, Darlene refused to entertain the idea of getting back together, but eventually she relented, and they began dating again. 6 months later, Keith proposed to Darlene, and they tied the knot in 1999. The couple moved to a new house in Robinson, Texas, purchased by Keith's parents. The couple had 3 sons, but their life together was far from a fairy tale. Darlene took care of the children while Keith worked for an energy company, often leaving for long business trips. Despite living near each other, Keith's parents did not assist with the children's upbringing, leaving Darlene solely responsible for their care. After numerous arguments, Keith transitioned to an office job in 2004 and made an effort to devote more time to his family. However, their relationship was already crumbling, and divorce seemed inevitable, as recognized by their family and friends. The only uncertainty was when it would occur, at approximately 6 a.m. On November 9, 2005, the Texas Department of Emergency Services received a call from Darlene Gentry, aged 31, in a state of desperation. She reported the following: "I woke up to the sound of a gunshot 5 minutes ago. Asleep in the nursery, I went towards the sound to our bedroom. On the way, I noticed that Keith's gun cabinet was empty and the back door was wide open. In the bedroom, I saw my husband lying on the bed, not moving. Upon arriving at the scene, police and paramedics discovered Keith still alive, but in critical condition. Despite being transported to the emergency room, the 31-year-old man did not survive. The small town was left in shock by the tragic incident. The father of 3, whom everyone regarded as a kind-hearted and good man, had become the target of a murder attempt. Nobody could imagine that Gentry had any enemies. The police commenced their investigation by first questioning Darlene. She informed the officers that she had been out with a friend on the evening of November 8. When she returned home at approximately 9 p.m., she got into an argument with her upset husband, who scolded her for purchasing a new bag. The couple had a significant altercation, and to cool down, Darlene took her husband's car keys and went for a drive. She returned an hour later, and her husband had already calmed down. They reconciled, and Keith went to their bedroom, while Darlene went to sleep in her son's room as one of them was unwell. At the outset,
Darlene insisted that a burglar was responsible for the attack on her husband. She claimed that the perpetrator broke into their home, stole Keith's gun, shot him, and then fled the scene. However, the investigation revealed that the safe containing the gun was not burgled, but opened with a key. Moreover, when the authorities searched the Gentry's backyard, they found all the guns except for a .22 caliber revolver. These findings led the detectives to suspect Darlene of the crime. One of them expressed their belief that she was the culprit. Darlene's behavior during the police interrogation raised several red flags. Firstly, despite being aware that her husband had been shot, she did not inquire about his condition at any point during the 2-hour interrogation. This seemed odd and suspicious to the detective. Secondly, Darlene showed no signs of emotion, no tears or sadness, which one would expect from someone who had just lost their spouse in a violent crime.
She appeared indifferent and detached, as if discussing something mundane. Finally, the most troubling detail was that Darlene, being a dentist, did not attempt to administer any first aid to her husband.
She explained it as being in a state of shock, but this excuse did not convince anyone. Her training as a medical professional and her experience with emergencies should have made her more capable of handling such a situation. The police found a pair of latex gloves and a .22 caliber bullet casing in a street trash can during their search for evidence at Gentry's home and grounds. Both pieces of evidence were sent for examination, revealing that the detectives' suspicions were correct. Both the shell casing and the gloves had traces of Darlene's DNA.
As a result, 3 weeks later, Darlene was charged with her husband's murder and taken to prison. However, she was only there for a few hours.
Keith's parents believed in their daughter-in-law's claims of innocence and paid $50,000 bail for her, allowing her to walk free. Upon her release from prison on bail, Darlene wasted no time in making plans to move away from the house where her husband was murdered. She contacted a realtor she knew and expressed her interest in purchasing a new home for herself and her 3 sons. She even had her eye on a property near a small pond, which her late husband loved to take the boys fishing. However, during the inspection, she made a strange request about backfilling the pond. The realtor became suspicious, given Darlene's situation and the ongoing investigation. Why would someone who wanted a property with a pond suddenly ask to have it backfilled? He began to suspect that Darlene was trying to hide something there. The realtor alerted the authorities, and a team of divers was dispatched to search the pond. To everyone's surprise, they found Keith's .22 caliber revolver at the bottom of the pond. With this new evidence, the police were convinced that Darlene was the one who had killed her husband. To confirm their suspicions, the realtor called Darlene and told her that the owner had agreed to fill up the pond, but it needed to be drained first. Darlene became anxious and insisted on being present when it was drained. They concealed themselves in the bushes near the pond with a camera, waiting for Darlene to arrive. The video footage captured Darlene Gentry arriving at the pond in the evening and immediately wading into the water, searching for something in the exact spot where the revolver had been found by the divers.
After 2 years, the trial finally began, and it was revealed that Darlene's primary motive was financial gain. Several months before Keith's death, she had pressured him into taking out a $750,000 life insurance policy. And it appears that she saw a dead husband as more valuable than a living one. Throughout the trial, Darlene continued to proclaim her innocence, but her explanation for searching the pond seemed implausible. I heard a rumor that the real killer had thrown a revolver into this pond.
I was afraid that the police would find it first and try to frame me. That's why I was looking for it. This is all just a setup, and I'm innocent. The video of Darlene Gentry searching for the revolver in the pond was crucial evidence during the trial. However, Gentry tried to have it excluded as irrelevant, but her motion was denied. In February 2007, a jury found Gentry guilty of murdering her husband, and she was sentenced to 60 years in prison. She may request parole in 2037 when she will be 63 years old. Gentry's 3 sons are now in the custody of Keith's parents. Initially, they supported their daughter-in-law, but changed their minds during the trial. They refused to let the children visit Gentry while she was in jail, and in 2010, the court prohibited her from having any contact with her children.